Hey guys, what's up? This is MAKC Criswell here with another new Final Cut tutorial. We had a little bit of cleanup to do with some presets for After Effects and a little bit of other stuff to take care of as far as Camera Raw is concerned, but we're back with more Final Cut tutorials. I've actually only done one, but I'm very excited to be doing another one. So, in the last Final Cut tutorial, it's been 3 weeks since that one. We talked about importing media, so naturally the thing to do today is dedicate a video to exporting media. So I can go ahead and set up a project real quick. We'll just do that again, just as a quick overview. I won't really explain what I'm doing, but I'll just kind of set up a little project here. So let's come to projects. We'll stick one here, Final Cut Pro X tutorial. And then I'll go ahead and import some media. Shut off this inspector window here. It's Command 4 in case you forgot from the last video that you probably didn't watch. I didn't watch it. I don't blame you if you didn't. And we'll go ahead and get some media imported here. Okay, good enough. And for this tutorial, we're of course going to not do proxy media or optimized media. And we'll create a new event called Fake Video. So get that all imported. Here's our progress bar that's just importing all the media. Strangely enough, it does actually show up and allow you to work with this media while it's importing. So it does all of this in the background, in case I forgot to mention it last time. So you can actually start working with media while it's importing it, weirdly enough. And then we'll also just get a little bit of audio. So Command I to bring up that import window again. And yeah, so then we'll get a little bit of audio, and then we'll just do a new project here, set it to fake video, 1080p, 60 frames a second. It's probably not going to work. Knock it down to 24, and now we're good to go. So we'll just, again, drag in a little bit of media. We'll create a bit of a composition here. We can give it a listen, but you can't hear it anyways. I got headphones in today. Don't worry about it. And so we have a little bit of a video here. I'll just drag on a few more clips. We won't do anything too crazy here. Yeah, we'll do and that'll be fine. I'll hit Command B here and split this clip. And then it also created its own spacer for the rest of the audio. And if we hit Shift Z, that will take care of that for us and space it out. So now we have a video, very terrible video, but nonetheless a video that is ready to export. And where the exporting is going to happen is in one of two places. One is, of course, this menu up here that you go to File and choose Share, and then here are all your options here to do it really quickly. And then the other is this Export button here that will bring up a little more of a contextual menu here. So let's actually hit Add Destinations and bring up this entire window here that we can use to customize the options, and so that we can set these all up one by one. What I'll do is I'll actually remove all of the current destinations that I have set up. So there's a number of options here to export to. You can export to a DVD, a Blu-ray, an email. There are quite a few services that supports YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, and the CNN iReport site. I've never actually used that, but if you're a reporter, booyah. It also does directly link you to compressor. So if you have any custom settings in compressor, you can export using those. And then, of course, you actually have a few standard options, just a standard export file, an image sequence, a save your current frame, or the export file is, of course, the general master file where you get just a few settings. So we'll go ahead and first add that export file option here. And you can see it gives us a couple of options to work with. And these options you change here will just set a default. If you set a setting here, it's not, you'll still be able to change it. It will just set this up as a default. So we'll add the export file destination. We'll add the save current frame. We'll add the image sequence, just kind of some standard stuff that you would want to be able to export. I export individual frames all the time to create thumbnails and whatnot. There also is a bundle option, which we may or may not get to doing a video about later. That's a little more complicated, but can be helpful if you're doing a big project. And then finally, the setting that I use the most is just a straight export to YouTube. And what that does is it's not the Avid, it's not the Premiere, it's not even the Pinnacle or the Hit Film or the Camtasia export with the YouTube settings. It exports to YouTube and then uploads it straight to your channel. Just to be clear, because I did have a few issues getting this to work, you need a channel on YouTube that is linked to a Google Plus profile, not a page. If you have more than one channel connected to an account, at least one of those will be connected to a page, not a Google Plus profile, so that won't work. But really what you need is a standard Google Plus profile with a YouTube channel connected to it. If you have any trouble figuring that out, you can look online or contact me in the comments and I'll help you figure it out. It's not super complicated, but it is a weird hitch in kind of the settings of Final Cut. Anyways, once you got that all set up, what you'll do is you click this YouTube button here, or drag it onto the render settings, and what it'll want you to do is type in the password. And you will want to click remember this in your keychain, because if you don't, it'll ask you for the password every time. So I'll go ahead and put in my settings here, and we'll go ahead and click OK. And again, we're just going to set a standard setting. I always set mine to 4K. You've got another setting here for compression, which will encode either with priority to speed or to quality. Of course, you always want to put that on quality if you can. There won't really be any difference at all in file size or quality. Again, you have the privacy settings. You can leave it as private or enlisted, which I would highly recommend. Make sure you get everything set up before you drop a new video. But if you're feeling ballsy and you just want to send a video straight to public, there is that option. And then, of course, the category to go to by default. A lot of my videos are tutorials, so I'll set this to education, film and animation, maybe. Yeah, we'll do education. That's what this will be. And then, of course, if you just click the details button, you get the new login screen in case you change your password or anything like that. And now we have our render settings set up. We just added a few here, but you can add as many as you need. I do have a Vimeo account. I could go ahead and add that. I'll actually go ahead and do that as well. And same kind of settings here, set it to be whatever you want. And again, the same kind of settings there with more attention paid to quality or encode, and then of course a privacy setting, same type of setup there. So yeah, that's about it. These are about all the ways that I would ever upload a file. There is also a live streaming option, so if you're into that, that's again something maybe for another tutorial, maybe. But anyways, we'll go ahead and close out of this, and now all of our render settings can again be accessed from those same two menus, File and Share. And there's also an option here to send a compressor, which is an app designed just for rendering to give you some more advanced options, or as I generally end up doing things, hitting this button here, and we'll pick YouTube here. And here is kind of the preview you get. You do get a preview of the video. You can play back through the video. You can add a title. You can add a description. Since we're going straight to YouTube, we get to add some tags to the video. We'll put some gibberish here. You get to change the creator of the video. I don't know. This is actually metadata stuff that is an option for everything. So your name will show up there, but you can change the name and it won't upload to a different channel or anything weird like that. Don't know why that would be a concern. And if we look down here, we actually do have a ticker here, a count of how big this file is going to end up being when we upload it, or a pretty close estimate. It actually, in my experience, overestimates a little bit. Most of my files end up being a little smaller than what it says, so it'll actually go a little faster than what it says for me most of the time, but it just depends on entirely on your video. But once you get all that set up, come over to settings and you get to adjust the same settings again. I won't try to let you export in 4K since we're only doing a 1080p set situation or anything crazy like that. And again, you get to re-edit all the settings, make sure you have it set up right. Even from here, you can change the password if you need to. And then we'll go ahead and just hit next and the window. And we'll get another window asking us to actually confirm the YouTube terms of service. We are actually uploading to YouTube straight from Final Cut, so you do have to agree to that. Hit publish. You can click here in this circle. You can go to window and then choose, and then click on background tasks, or of course my personal favorite, I'm a shortcut guy, Command 9. And it'll bring up the window and we can see all the progress here. It's actually completely finished exporting, and now what we're doing is just waiting on this video to upload. And now that is done, we'll of course get a notification telling us that the video is done and ready to go. And we do actually have an option here to click and visit the video directly. And it is actually processing right now, of course, which is the longest part of any YouTube upload. But anyways, but we can of course access that video by just going straight to YouTube, and then in my case, coming over here, clicking on the Creator Studio. And I can see here is the newest video. If I come to the video manager, I can go ahead and, while this is processing, make any edits I want to and get this all set up. One thing to note, uploading this way will not apply any of the default upload settings. So for example, if you come to channel and you click upload defaults, there are a ton of default settings that you can set up, a category, the privacy for videos, the licensing that it uses, even a custom description, some tags to throw in there, all that kind of stuff. And especially settings to automatically monetize and set up the monetization settings, commenting settings. So you will have to do all of that yourself, which sounds like a lot. Really, it isn't. It's just setting up any video. You just want to keep in mind that something that you may have normally if you've been uploading videos the other way and you're switching to Final Cut, something that has been done. Oh, there was my congratulations, YouTube video is up email, but something that may have been done automatically, you'll not actually have to push a button to do, but you're probably still saving a few clicks anyways. But that's about it for this tutorial. I hope you liked it a lot. I'm Mackenzie Criswell. You can check out more videos on this channel, youtube.com/MackenzieGCriswell. Social media links are below in the description, and my website, MAKC.co, will point you in any direction you want to go. But that's it for now. I'll see you next time.